Okay, so Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhamad Roichan, and the last, my last three digits to the number is 143, and I would like to present you about my final exam about the linguistic for translators and writers subject. So let's go. So the text that I've translated is the bit paper of Hamlin, and then the genre of the story is faded from tale or children movie, the children narrative, and then the source language. The English, the total word is 554, and then the target language or in Indonesia target is about 508, and then the all of where the left count is 1062. Then for the theme of the story is about upstairs paper received the tone, but then takes the revenge to the city. Then the next, the translation between the search text and target text. I just make it a short one because it is a story. Then I think I I give it like the structure of fairy tale, like the introduction, then the conflict, the rising action, the climax, and the resolution. But I use the word is from the text that I've translated. Okay, so in the introduction, there is a long time ago the German thought of heaven was overrun by rats, and then the translation pada zaman dahulu di kota Hamelin, Jerman diserang oleh tikus. And a strange man came to Hamelin and offered to rid the city of rats. And the translation in Indonesia text is orang asing datang ke Hamelin and menawarkan untuk mengusir tikus dari kota tersebut. And he stood in the middle of the market square and started to play his flute, and the rats followed music. And they jump into the water until they jump. It means the rats, the mouse jump into the water and until they are thrown in the river. And the beaver came to collect his payment because beaver success to rid the rats. So the beaver came back into the city, the town, to collect his payment, and then the mayor refused because they refused to pay the full amount because because what the part paper is not about like use the guns or something like that, because the pit paper is using flute, and then he's playing with his flute, and then the rats is following him by behind of him, and all of red is jump into the water or the river. And you will get this, the paper said for add to the mayor of the town, you will regret this. Yeah, the paper said. And then the children with the children heard sweet magical music and fall, no. So you will regret this. It means the next morning or the next day, the paper come back to the town, and then he's playing the music by his flute, and then the all the children in the town is followed him with the magical music. And when they when they arrive in mountain, a door suddenly opening the rock and they'll disappear. Just two of all of them who saved from the rock, open the door from the rock. And then dari setelah lagu di Indonesia berdiri di tengah lapangan dan mulai meniup serunya dan instruksi teman si musiknya kita mulai dan tidak ada yang tersisa. Ketika Presiden Guru datang untuk mengambil pembayarannya, wali kota menolak membayar semuanya. And then kamu akan menyesalinya, dia berkata si peniup serulingnya. Dan karena kita mendengar suara merdu ketika dia datang kembali ke kota, musik ajaib dan anak-anak pun mengikuti musik itu. Dan ketika sudah sampai di gunung, sebuah batu tiba-tiba terbuka dan mereka semua menghilang. Ya, that's it. Okay, so about the language feature is the first one is pragmatic for the especially in implicature and speech X. And then when the white paper is saying you will regret this, or it means Indonesia kamu akan menyesal, it means the threatening tone, indirect, sorry, direct pragmatic meaning, not literal. So the meaning is not about literal meaning, but the pragmatic one. And then it contains direct threat and warning speech act to the mayor. So ketika peniup serulingnya berkata kepada si mayor bahwa you will regret this, means that peniup seruling itu mengancam wali kota dari Hameling ini. Makanya dia mengancam karena ya kamu tidak ini apa, bahwasanya kamu tidak memenuhi janji yang telah disepakati antara kedua pihak. Karena kan di sebelumnya, in the beginning of the story is, yeah, there is an agreement between the major and the bid paper. And then the X in application clarified. So if you won't pay me, your children will. Indonesia, in bahasa Indonesia, jika kamu tidak membayar, maka anak-anak kota akan membayar. I just add the anak-anak kota because I think when I translated into just anak-anak, uh, I think it will make confused for the reader, anak-anak who kan, ya kan, anak-anak yang mana, anak-anak yang mana yang masuk. I just add anak-anak kota, so it implicitness is reducing ambiguity, and then the connecting the dots, implicitness versus implication. And then the linguistic consideration, there is lexical borrowing. So like one silver coin for every rat, I just translated into bahasa Indonesia satu koin silver untuk setiap tikus. So I use the borrowing one because I just change the the first word, the first word letter, and so one silver coin. I just cuma mengganti K di sini untuk coin menjadi coin in bahasa Indonesia, and silver in English. It just make silver like it. There is no change in silver. So actually the meaning of the one silver coin, It could be about the European payment, about the European coin. Yeah, I don't know what is it, but I just translated into satu coin silver, and then I just consider about the cultural preservation and the historical authenticity. Soalnya kalau sejarah maka kita masa mau ubah-ubah yang artinya itu kan. Jadi I just consider about the meaning. So I use the borrowing and consider the historical authenticity and cultural preservation. And then next, uh, I have morphology and the semantic one, and then the morphology like the words like multiple, disparate, disappear or menghilang, triple like berkembang biak, disparate or putus asa. So it those show Indonesia synthetic morphology, and then the English and the less affixation, and then the target language uses men diawali men and then ber because the pure of the word is putus asa, and then the second one is kembang biak. There is adding per and mo hilang, and then so for the category transposition less affixation, and then the last one is semantic, and then there is polysemy and modulation. In English, off-run, invaded, spread, uncontrollable, uncontrollably. Sorry. Uh, and then the literal translation when we use off-run, it should be dipenuhi, but I think it would be too weak for Indonesia literasi in bahasa Indonesia. So I use the modulation using Indonesian expression that conveys force and danger. So I use off-run in Indonesia is diserang, but I'm not use upside type diserang, but I use off-run in Indonesia. The meaning of run is diserang, and then the break, yeah, then the break literally the meaning is terang, but I use the cerah because it creates Indonesian visual semantic. So honestly, when I'm translating the text from English to Indonesia, I don't use any diction. I don't use any AI AI tool or something like that because I just only use the dictionary because I think that is not difficult in the text because the text is used is about my vocabulary, and then the maybe in the level of the text is in intermediate, so I can translate it without any help from AI. So I just consider about the cultural specific also and descriptive expression like such as yellow eyes, a mustard like parrot's tail, or their all white hair king. And then I just consider again about idiomatic and figurative language, like every last one, offered by Hutch Polaroids, and music feel the street. So it means it does mean that they do not always have direct Indonesian equivalent, so I have to use another word in Indonesia. The nearest from the meaning, the original meaning. So and then yeah, that is my assignment for the linguistic for translator and interpreters. So yeah, any question for my assignment of our final project? So that's it. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for your time. I'm sorry when I made a mistake. Thank you and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.